Ladies and gentlemen, before the rain blesses the earth with its life-giving waters, the clouds must gather, the skies must darken, and the atmosphere must shift. Before the harvest bursts forth in abundance, the farmer must till the soil, plant the seed, and endure the waiting season. Blessings, my friends, are the fruit of a process that cannot be bypassed or rushed. Before blessings can manifest in our lives, preparation is essential. Many people desire success, abundance, and breakthroughs, but few are willing to do the necessary groundwork to make room for these blessings. Preparation is not just about physical readiness, it encompasses mental, emotional, and spiritual alignment with the blessings we seek. It is the process of becoming the person capable of receiving, managing, and sustaining what we are asking for. Without preparation, even the greatest blessing can feel like a burden, and opportunities can be wasted due to lack of readiness. Preparation begins with a vision. You cannot prepare for what you cannot see or what you are unwilling to believe is possible. Vision provides the blueprint for your efforts. It sets the tone for your actions and helps you align your priorities with your goals. If you desire a promotion, are you sharpening your skills and increasing your knowledge? If you are praying for financial abundance, have you learned to manage what you already have? If you are seeking love, are you working on being whole within yourself? These are the questions that preparation demands we ask ourselves. It challenges us to take responsibility for our part in the process. Preparation often feels like an act of faith because you are investing effort and energy into something that hasn't yet materialized. It's like building a house before the furniture arrives. Imagine Noah building the ark. He was preparing for a flood that had not yet come. He followed divine instructions step by step, even when others couldn't understand what he was doing. That's what preparation looks like, trusting the process even when the evidence hasn't shown up yet. The beauty of preparation is that it stretches you. It forces you to grow in ways that might be uncomfortable but are necessary for your development. Growth is not always glamorous, and preparation often happens in private. This is the season where discipline is cultivated, habits are formed, and character is refined. These moments may go unnoticed by the world, but they are the foundation upon which blessings are built. Without this foundation, the weight of a blessing can be too much to bear. Preparation is also about stewardship. How you handle what you currently have is an indicator of how you will handle what is to come. If you can't manage the little, why would more be entrusted to you? This principle applies to all areas of life, whether it's time, relationships, finances, or talents. How you steward your current resources reveals your readiness for greater responsibility. Preparation teaches you to maximize the present, to see value in what you have now, and to use it as a stepping stone for what's next. Finally, preparation involves aligning your spirit with your purpose. It's not enough to do the external work, the internal work is just as critical. Preparation is about letting go of limiting beliefs, healing old wounds, and embracing a mindset of possibility. It's about becoming the version of yourself who can thrive in the blessing not just surviving. The process is where transformation happens. It's the often overlooked journey that prepares us for the destination. While many of us are eager to receive the rewards, we rarely embrace the steps required to get there. Yet the power of process lies in its ability to shape, refine, and strengthen us. It's not just about what we achieve at the end, it's about who we become along the way. The process is the proving ground where resilience, character, and perseverance are forged. The process is seldom easy. It challenges us, pushes us, and sometimes even breaks us, but it never leaves us the same. It strips away complacency and forces us to confront our limitations, fears, and doubts. These moments of discomfort are not meant to deter us, but to prepare us. Growth rarely happens in comfort zones. The process stretches us in ways we could never imagine, ensuring that we are not only capable of reaching the goal, but also equipped to sustain it when we do. One of the most humbling aspects of the process is that it requires patience. In a world driven by instant gratification, the process teaches us the value of delayed reward. It forces us to slow down and recognize that meaningful progress takes time. Seeds don't sprout overnight. They must first be buried in the soil, hidden from sight, enduring darkness and pressure before they can emerge. Similarly, the process often feels like an extended period of waiting and working with little visible evidence of progress. But beneath the surface, growth is taking place. The process also teaches us to trust. When the outcome seems uncertain and the path is unclear, we learn to rely on faith, intuition, and persistence. The process reminds us that setbacks are not failures, but opportunities for redirection and refinement. Each obstacle we face is a stepping stone that strengthens our resolve and deepens our understanding. It's in the process that we discover what we're truly made of, realizing that our capacity is far greater than we imagined. Moreover, the process builds perspective. It allows us to appreciate the blessings that come after it. When you've had to fight for something, it carries more value. The sweat, tears, and sacrifices make the reward that much sweeter. Without the process, we risk taking our blessings for granted, mismanaging opportunities, or being unprepared for the challenges that come with success. The process is also deeply personal. No two journeys are the same, and comparison often undermines its power. While others may seem to be advancing faster or achieving more, your process is uniquely tailored to your growth and purpose. Embracing this individuality allows you to focus on your own path without distraction. Ultimately, the process is where purpose is clarified, strength is developed, and readiness is achieved. It may not be glamorous, but it is essential. Each step, no matter how small or challenging, is a vital part of the journey, building within us the capacity to not only reach the blessing, but to thrive in it. Sacrifice and obedience are two principles that often feel counterintuitive, but are foundational to receiving and sustaining blessings. They require a level of humility, discipline, and trust that challenges our natural instincts. Sacrifice demands that we let go of what is comfortable or familiar, while obedience calls us to follow a path that might not always make sense in the moment. Together, they work as catalysts for transformation, creating space for something greater than what we might initially envision for ourselves. Sacrifice is not about loss, it's about exchange. It requires us to give up something lesser to make room for something greater. This can be material possessions, habits, relationships, or even mindsets that no longer serve our growth. Sacrifice asks the question, what are you willing to release in order to receive? It's not an easy question to answer because sacrifice often touches the things we hold dear, the things that feel essential to our identity or comfort. Yet it is through this act of release that we align ourselves with purpose. When you let go of what is in your hand, you open yourself to what could be placed there. Obedience, on the other hand, is about trust. It requires listening to guidance even when it defies logic or convenience. Obedience isn't passive, it's an active response to direction rooted in faith. It means moving forward even when the full picture isn't clear, trusting that each step is leading to something meaningful. Obedience isn't always easy because it often calls us to walk in opposition to our desires or the opinions of others. It tests our willingness to submit to a greater plan, one that we may not fully understand but are called to follow. The interplay between sacrifice and obedience is where their power is revealed. Sacrifice prepares the ground, clearing away what is unnecessary or detrimental. Obedience then leads us to plant seeds in that newly prepared space. Together, they work to ensure that what is built in our lives is not only good but enduring. This dynamic often involves discomfort because it pushes us out of our routines and requires faith in the unseen. Sacrifice might mean giving up a lucrative opportunity that compromises your integrity, while obedience might mean stepping into a calling that feels overwhelming or unfamiliar. What makes these principles transformative is their ability to shift our focus. Sacrifice teaches us to prioritize what truly matters, stripping away distractions and attachments that hinder our progress. Obedience teaches us to trust the timing and wisdom of the journey, reminding us that blessings come not through striving but through alignment. Together, they cultivate a heart posture of humility, gratitude, and readiness. The most significant blessings in life often come at the intersection of sacrifice and obedience. They demand a willingness to let go of the old and step into the unknown, trusting that what lies ahead is greater than what we leave behind. It is this surrender that paves the way for purpose, growth, and fulfillment. Faith in the waiting is one of the most challenging yet transformative experiences of life. It is the space between the promise and its fulfillment, the time when hope is tested and perseverance is refined. Waiting can feel like an eternity, especially when the world around us seems to be moving forward at a rapid pace. Yet it is in this very waiting that faith finds its strength, shaping us in ways we may not immediately recognize. Waiting requires trust, and trust requires surrender. It is an act of letting go of our timelines, our need for control, and our insistence on understanding every step of the journey. Faith in the waiting is not passive, it is an active stance of belief that even though we cannot see the full picture, the promise remains true. It is the assurance that the delay is not a denial and the waiting is not wasted time. This faith allows us to hold on, not because we see immediate results, but because we trust in the one who holds the outcome. The waiting period is often uncomfortable because it exposes our vulnerabilities and insecurities. It can stir up doubts and temptations to take shortcuts or settle for less than what we truly desire. But shortcuts come at a cost, often leading to consequences that undermine the blessing. Faith in the waiting requires discipline, a refusal to compromise, and a commitment to stay the course even when the process feels slow or uncertain. This discipline strengthens our character, teaching us resilience and patience. In the waiting, we are often called to act even when we don't see results. Faith does not mean sitting idly, it means preparing in expectation of what is to come. It means planting seeds in faith, trusting that the harvest will come in its due season. This could mean continuing to work on your goals, developing your skills, or nurturing your relationships, even when it feels like progress is invisible. The waiting season is a time to build capacity, to stretch ourselves so that we can hold and sustain the blessings when they arrive. Faith in the waiting also requires gratitude.